sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 stars who were involved with cults. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're ranking the celebrities or entertainment professionals who, at one time or another, were involved with an organization that earned a reputation as a cult. For the record, we're not passing judgment on these stars, but rather pointing out how easy it is for just about anyone to fall in with a strange crowd, or to go along with the lifestyle of one's parents or guardians. We're also going to be excluding Scientology for this list, as we've discussed this subject in our video for the top 10 celebrities who left Scientology. Number 10. Jaden Smith. Energy of the mind and body are at the center of the first school of thought on our list, specifically the cult of Orgone.
Orgones are the invisible molecules of universal life energy which govern our moods and our actions. Negative orgones are the source of all the problems in the world.
And you believe that?
Well, how do you explain all the problems in the world?
Jaden Smith is one of a number of celebrities with an interest in this idea, which was first introduced back in the 1930s by Austrian physician Wilhelm Reich. The approach of young people like Jaden, his sister Willow, and Kylie Jenner in Orgone seems to be purely focused on the vibes, energy, and libido of its source material. Still, Will and Jada's little boy has been known to wax faux philosophical on conspiracy theories, so who knows if Orgone's more esoteric schools of thought are far behind.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I have a generally cheerful disposition.
Number 9. James Hetfield. Contrary to popular belief, not all heavy metal lyrics have roots in hellfire, brimstone, or the devil.
I'm pleasantly shocked and surprised.
In fact, many metal bands utilize their aggressive music to touch upon serious personal issues in their life. One such musician was Metallica's James Hetfield, who channeled his youthful anger and bitterness towards his parents into lyrics for songs such as the intense Dyer's Eve. Hetfield was born to strict Christian Scientists, who believed that prayer and faith, rather than modern medicine, should be used to treat disease and illness. James's mother Cynthia died from cancer when he was still a teenager, and the memory of his loss continued to inspire the frontman for years to come.
You can't combine those two loves of life.
Yeah, a little bit.
Number 8. Val Kilmer.
Forgive me if I don't shake hands.
Speaking of Christian Science, the next celebrity on our list is anything but bitter about his faith in this controversial religion, even to the point of challenging his own health. Val Kilmer was a superstar throughout the 1980s and 90s, a handsome and charismatic actor who delivered consistently impressive performances in films such as Tombstone, Heat, and Willow. However, Kilmer's devotion to Christian Science has reportedly angered his family, who believe that a lack of proper medical treatment for a throat tumor has resulted in needless physical suffering for the one-time Bruce Wayne.
No. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure.
Number 7. The Arquette Family.
What's wrong with you?
Alternative living was all the rage back in the 1960s and 70s. The idea that a commune of like-minded people could make a go of it, constructing a small society outside the confines of the modern world. These communes usually attracted hippie types, as well as those seeking to profit from those same hippies. Hollywood's Arquette family lived on such a commune back in the early 70s, a place called Skymont with no running water or utilities. Patricia Arquette told the Wall Street Journal that she, her parents, and her 4 siblings all slept in the same bare cabin room, living in poverty until eventually making their way back to the city. Number 6. R. Kelly.
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
If there's any R&B performer who seems to be a magnet for controversy, it's R. Kelly. The singer, best known for songs like I Believe I Can Fly and the epic Trapped in the Closet, has raised eyebrows for the sort of behavior which allegedly goes on behind closed doors at his homes. Accusations of a sex cult atmosphere have been levied against Kelly, who has been described as both mentally and physically abusive. Although the women are above the legal age of consent, Kelly's demands of personal submission and control have been compared to a Stockholm Syndrome type of situation. Kelly is said to be in charge of what the women wear, where they eat, and how they can communicate.
You had to ask to go to the bathroom, ask if you can order food.
Number 5. Michelle Pfeiffer.
As I was saying, I'm a woman and can't be taken for granted.
It's a story as old as time. A young and optimistic young star arrives in Hollywood with all those hopes and dreams of becoming a star. So far, so good, right? But what happens when you make some poor decisions as to the sort of company you keep? Well, then you might find yourself in a situation such as the one Michelle Pfeiffer told reporters when she was promoting for her 2013 film The Family. Pfeiffer revealed that she fell in with a niche cult run by two personal trainers early on in her career. It was called breatharianism, and stated that food and water were unnecessary to sustain life. Right.
No, but I'm bored.
Number 4. Rose McGowan.
Well, in that case, I have nothing to worry about.
Our next entry features the first mention of the Children of God cult, but it won't be the last. Rose McGowan grew up as a member of this religious cult, which first gained prominence back in the 1960s. Rose's father ran a chapter of the organization in Italy, a commune-esque existence which was noted by its acceptance of polygamy, as well as its sexual grooming of young girls for service to the men. McGowan and her father did eventually escape from the Children of God, but the organization still exists today under the moniker of the Family International.
And it took me a long time to figure out that Hollywood was a cult and operated in a lot of ways identically to the one I grew up in.
Number 3. Allison Mack.
Doesn't look like anyone's home.
If you were looking for proof that not every cult was born from the psychedelic 60s and 70s, then look no further than our next troubling entry. One-time Smallville actress Allison Mack was one of a number of performers, alongside her co-star Kristen Krug and Grace Park of Battlestar Galactica, to be connected with a disturbing cult known as NXIVM. Mack was arrested in 2018 on charges of sex trafficking for the organization, recruiting young women for the cult's founder, Keith Raniere.
She has been charged with sex trafficking for her alleged role in that self-help group, and we're now learning she's working on a plea deal and she may be cooperating with prosecutors. She is due in court today.
Mack was even accused of branding some women during initiation ceremonies for NXIVM, as well as blackmailing them into cooperating with the cult's wishes. Number 2. Glenn Close.
Were you in something of a cult growing up? You
Yes.
were.
Mm-hmm.
You were.
Glenn Close made no bones about her bitterness towards her experience as a young child living under the watch of a cult known as the MRA, or Moral Rearmament. Glenn's father moved the family to Switzerland when the actress was 7, and they lived there in commune-like conditions for 15 years.
I'm sure they didn't know what damage it would do to the family. They weren't, They were very altruistic. They wanted to do something for the world, and they thought they'd be able to do it through this group.
Close's entire life and behavior was reportedly under the scrutiny of the MRA. Yet she told the New York Times in 2017 that it was the trials of this behavior which gave her the strength and the skills to become an actress.
I guess I've made my career figuring out the whys of behavior.
Number 1. Joaquin Phoenix.
You're a really creepy dude.
That's not true.
We mentioned earlier that we'd return to the Children of God cult, and so here we are, at our number 1 pick. Joaquin Phoenix, along with his brother River and other siblings, lived with their parents under the cult's rules for over a decade. The family traveled together with members of the cult throughout South America, and Joaquin, for his part, told Playboy magazine that he understood his parents' desire to commune with other like-minded people.
Do you believe that God will save you from your own ridiculousness?
No.
Phoenix went on to add that he felt his life alongside his parents within the Children of God was rather innocent, although the family would break ties with the cult and return home to the US in 1978. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.